Ho pahapahu. Ho pahapahu, everybody. Hi, what's up? I can't even speak. Words don't come out right. How you doing? I've got to. There's a lot to talk about. Don't have time for this. Gotta get my mouth working regularly. How are you today? So we just watched the E3 2019 Nintendo Direct show, and there's a lot to talk about, and naturally. I'm just gonna go down the list here. As usual, I'm not gonna talk about every individual thing. That would take 2 hours. Really just the things that I have something to say about, the stuff that kind of interested me. So, started off with a Smash reveal. I thought that was a pretty good bet. Most people seem to think that was a good bet, and we were right. And of course, it was, well, everyone kept thinking it was just going to be Erdrick from Dragon Quest, and then pleasantly surprised to see a bunch of Dragon Quest characters, just the hero. So that kind of covers a great number of games, and I thought that was a pretty interesting thing. It's nice. You get a lot of coverage. You please a lot of different fans who like different games without actually taking up a lot of different slots. Fire Emblem should take notes from this, maybe? But anyway, yeah, I don't really play Dragon Quest. They look pretty cool. I really probably should play like the one that's coming to Switch or something. So that was neat, and they look like they have pretty interesting abilities, like the little thing where you can move the different different abilities in a little menu. I thought that's pretty fun. As always, I really like it when Smash characters get to do way different stuff. It just makes you really realize you're in kind of a new era of Smash when they have these just weird, bizarre abilities like that. They actually like use the UI and stuff. So that was neat. Then we got to the Bowser intro. That was just cute. That was really adorable. Oh, Bowser thought they were talking about him, but it was really Doug Bowser. And it was fun that Doug Bowser got to have his official Nintendo Direct, his premiere in an E3. And so it was great that they kind of honored him by animating a whole little Bowser thing. It's just a lot of fun. It's those kinds of the goofy, silly stuff like that I just love, and always makes Nintendo just seem so friendly and nice. You know what I mean? I really liked it. So then, of course, Luigi's Mansion, and I'm like, I write down like little bits of notes, stuff that I want to go over, during the discussion. And I already knew I wanted to do separate videos for Animal Crossing and Zelda. Like Luigi's Mansion, I can just do in the discussion, whatever. And I'm like writing down like note after note after note, and all these different thoughts, and I'm just like, no. This has to be, like, I did not want to make a second video for Luigi's Mansion before it even came out. I have to. There's too much to talk about, especially, like, compared to the previous one, compared to the previous trailer. Lots of stuff. So I'll go over it real quick here. Right away, it's obvious, it looks way better. Graphics were one of the things that I was slightly worried about in the first trailer, and it's always a thing where, like, when you see a trailer, you never really know. There's a chance that when you see the final trailer, it will look better. Sometimes it just doesn't, and in this case, it definitely did. Especially, like, close-ups on Luigi. You see way more detail, like in his clothes. The shaders are all more in place. Everything looks more smooth, and just, I don't know, there's just a little extra layer of love on there. So it's definitely nice. The art style is, it definitely is still the more cartoony thing from Dark Moon. That's just something I have to accept. That just is Luigi's Mansion now. You know what I mean? Same with, it seems like there are no portrait ghosts again. That's not going to happen. But I think that's just, this just is the new Luigi's Mansion. This is the new vision they have for it. And it's a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, it is really good in its own way. It really is. Like, especially with the graphics looking even better now, I can really appreciate all the environments. The Direct really just showed off a ton of really awesome looking places. And even if there are no portrait ghosts, the other ghosts seem to have way more personality. Even in just this little thing, it showed off some different kinds. There's like a cop one and a knight one or something. So like, that's cool. I mean, as long as they have a lot of personality, that still definitely scratches that kind of ghosty itch. The whole game, my gosh, there's like a story now. I'm not expecting it to be like super deep. Maybe everything we saw was just from the opening cutscene. But I love it. I really, really love it. Like, there's just, I want to see more of the Mario and his friends just being animated in ways that are kind of like a story, you know what I mean? So I love this. They're at the hotel. There's a different character there and stuff. It's the kind of stuff that we miss from older Nintendo games, you know, like your Paper Mario and stuff like that, where like you see these characters in a world that makes them look kind of real and not just like little simpleton characters who, oh no, you got kidnapped, gotta go save you. Fine in its own way, but I really love that kind of realism. All the new mechanics shown off here just fit so well, like so well. Again, I will go over like more specifically each individual thing in the other video. Let's just say they look terrific. They're just even more really great additions to the Luigi's Mansion formula, and I'm really excited to see them. They talked a little bit about Scarescraper. It seems to be like the same thing as it was in Dark Moon, the same kind of timed thing, which is a little disappointing. That's okay though. It'll still be pretty fun, especially now if we can play with friends online. That'll be really cool. Much more likely to actually play it this time. I never did on the 3DS one. I didn't have anyone to play with. So far, other than like a quick little appearance of the bunker, but that's just when you're talking to EGAD. Like other than that, there doesn't seem to be any indication that it's going to be mission-based again. I really don't think it's going to be. We'll probably find out. Right now, the treehouse presentation hasn't happened yet. Probably going to find out a lot more details, and that's another good reason to wait for a little bit and do a full discussion later, because we're going to find out more details on that in the treehouse. I don't even know when that's going to happen because they don't really schedule this stuff. Like, there's no, as far as I know, there's no place written down for it. Whatever, just basically it looks super good. A lot of my fears have been assuaged. It looks great, and I am, whoa my gosh, I'm more excited than ever to play it. Super happy to get a release date really not that far away. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's so good. I'm so excited. Gotta move on though. Gotta move on. Next up was a real surprise. A real surprise. Dark Crystal Tactics. This kind of came out of nowhere. I know Netflix was talking about wanting to do more video games based on their shows and movies and stuff. So yeah, there's this Dark Crystal show coming to Netflix, and if you haven't seen the trailer, it looks incredible. Absolutely incredible. Looks everything as good as the original movie and better. Like, it is an amazing, just kind of a modern telling of Dark Crystal. I think it's a sequel, but it has elements of, whatever. Not gonna get into Dark Crystal here. It just looks so good, and so it's just really surprising to see a trailer for it here. It feels like the sort of thing that would have been in a Sizzle Reel, but like, I don't know, they thought it was important enough to the guy, the Muppet History guy on Twitter, he had a really good point. He's like, this is just really surprising that they would devote an entire trailer for it. The very, sought after real estate of the Nintendo Direct. I don't know, the game looks kind of just like a game, like a tactics game. I mean, tactics games are fun. I don't know. I'd have to play it to know whether it ends up being good. I just thought that was more interesting than anything. Even had a little trailer with Agra, with I don't know. It was good. Moving on. Link's Awakening. That is something I can definitely talk about here in the discussion. Overall, it looks the same as it did in the other thing, like graphically and all that. I didn't think anything was gonna change there. The big takeaway was there is new content, and I'm so happy. Extremely happy. Like, one, we've seen that the color dungeon from the original is coming back, so they're not, purely making this a remake of the original and disregarding the DX version or whatever. And like little details, there are obviously a lot more than I know, because just looking at the trailer, I'm seeing a lot of little things that I'm like, I don't remember that, or I don't know if that was a thing before. I guess I won't know until I play it, or until Game Explained does an hour-and-a-half long discussion on it. But specifically though, the big thing is there's a thing with Dampe, and you can kind of make your own dungeons. Apparently, whenever you clear a dungeon or clear a room in a dungeon, you can make your own dungeon based on the rooms you've already cleared. So it's more like a remixing thing. You're taking rooms from the game. Like, you're not making your own room completely. You're taking, just rooms you've already completed, and you can arrange them in any way you want to make your own kind of dungeon. And it is definitely limited. I would love a full dungeon creator at some point, but this is a good start. This means that the idea of people making their own Zelda dungeons has finally crossed their minds. You know what I mean? Like, it's finally something they kind of want to get into. I don't know if this will lead to something else. Maybe not. Maybe this was the extent of what they wanted to do. I just love that they did it, though. Even if it is simple, I love that it exists, and I'm actually pretty excited to play it because you can put, I don't know, you can put in a bunch of crazy bosses and maybe make it hard or something. Just looks like a lot of fun. I also love that, like, this is kind of getting deep into it though, but like, you look at Breath of the Wild, and then you think, how can they even do 2D Zelda anymore? You know what I mean? Like, what is it even going to look like after Zelda has been changed so much, and after the Switch came out, and now handheld and home console are together, because it used to be the 2D ones were on the handhelds and blah, blah, blah. So I love the fact that, like, they brought us Link's Awakening remake. Okay. So, and at first I was a little disappointed because it was like, I like the game, I want a remake of the game, but I was so curious to know what a new 2D Zelda was going to look like that part of me was like, oh man, I'm just so curious to know what that's going to be. I kind of wish it was that instead of a remake. But then with the remake, they bring in this dungeon thing, and that kind of tells us, like I said, that their own kind of mindset is kind of changing, and they themselves are kind of looking at 2D Zeldas and, I don't know, kind of rethinking them or just considering what they are. Does this make sense at all? They're kind of reflecting on it. And I don't know, it's kind of like with Mario Maker, you know, they reached a point with 2D Mario where they just kind of, they're like, we're there. We should give people the tools to kind of make their own Marios. So we're kind of getting there with 2D Zelda 2, which could mean a drastic change for 2D Zeldas going forward. Because with 2D Mario, we also don't know where that's going to go. We just don't know. Now that we have Mario Maker, what does 2D Mario look like? So, anyway, I just thought that, like, more than anything, that little dungeon thing was great. It's awesome that there's another feature in the game. It's not just the same game again. I am more excited than ever to get my hands on it, obviously, now that there's all this extra little new stuff. So I'm humongously looking forward to that. That was September, right? That got a date, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Speaking of release dates, I just looked it up, and apparently Luigis Mansion did not get a release date. That's weird. Kind of scary. Anyway. Alright, so Witcher 3, the rumor / leak, whatever it was, definitely true. It's pretty darn great. I did not think it was going to happen. It kind of just sounded like it wasn't, but at the same time, like I've said, it just seemed like a really, really, really good fit for the Switch. It's a giant open world RPG. Only time will tell whether or not if I ever end up playing it. I don't know if that's the version I'll want to play, if there are too many sacrifices made to the graphics and all that, the performance, but we'll see. But I'm really, really happy it's coming. Like, it's just terrific. Like, just one of the best third-party games they could have announced for the Switch. Fire Emblem. My only thing I'm going to say is it's weird that we didn't get gameplay. Like, this is not, I don't know, like maybe they think we're close enough to launch now that this is when you do the cinematic story trailer, but it's like, we've seen so little, and every time they show it off at an event, it's just this little, quick little cinematic thing, and at least in the past we had the cinematic thing and some gameplay. This was just none, and it's just like, it's old news, man. Like, I want to see how it plays. I want to see how the gameplay looks. We already have all this story stuff, so, I don't know. That was just a little weird. A lot of E3 with all the different companies. There were a lot of kind of annoying cinematic trailers with no gameplay. I mean, I guess that's kind of an E3 thing in general, but whatever, yeah. Resident Evil 5 and 6. I thought the whole reveal was kind of weird. It just didn't seem necessary. I mean, like, I can appreciate when they do kind of a funny little thing with the haunted house and everything. I don't know, like, the build-up just kind of didn't really fit 5 and 6. Like, it showed them playing 1, and it was like, okay, what is this? Oh, it's 5 and 6. Why were they playing 1? I don't really get it. That's cool, though. 6, I'm not interested in. 6, ugh. I don't know if you played 6. I did not like 6 at all. I played it like 1 or 2 times. I tried. I kind of want to try again. Maybe I'll try the Leon path instead of the Chris one or something, but I did not like it at all. Controls are terrible. Just action movie. Blah. Didn't like it at all. 5 was great, though. 5 was definitely a step in that direction, you know, getting less scary and more actiony, but I still had a terrific time with 5. I just played the absolute pants off of it back in 2000 whatever. And so especially considering co-op with a friend, like that game was made for co-op, and yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be real good on the Switch. No More Heroes 3, what a nice surprise. I'm not into those games. I haven't played any of them. I really wasn't interested in the the Travis Strikes Back one. It is really interesting that everyone seemed to assume that he was making Travis Strikes Back as like a way to test viability of the series but then in that frustrating way where, yeah, but it's not really the series. So if it doesn't perform well, it doesn't mean they don't like the series. It means blah, blah, blah. And so we all thought the performance of that, like the sales performance, was going to determine if they made another full version. No, apparently not. Apparently, at the same time, they were developing No More Heroes 3. Either that, or maybe they just started right after the other one, Travis Strikes Again Back, or whatever. Maybe they just started right away, and they, maybe they're not that far. Maybe they just have the trailer here. But whatever. I just thought that was interesting. I'm sure there are some people that are just totally, to them, that was like a big E3 moment, And I'm very happy for them. Astral Chain, still looking cool. The more I see about it, the cooler it looks. I don't know, there just seems to be so much gameplay variety. Like every time, every screen, every shot, they're just doing something different. They're just moving in some different way or using some different move. And I don't know, it just seems like they put a lot of effort into this. Like it looks good enough that I almost wonder if it's gonna stay Switch exclusive. You know what I mean? This looks very action-packed and fun and big city environments and looks pretty ambitious, So yeah, it's pretty good. Cadence of Hyrule got a date. That's the most notable thing to say about that, is that it got a date, and it did not shadow drop during the presentation as many were hoping, but it is like 2 days from now, which is just terrific. Just absolutely terrific. Even though I'm not going to be able to play it because I'm going to be busy making E3 videos, especially now. Like I got so many videos I need to make. So that's what that's the one bad thing about that. But obviously, yeah, a couple days from now, super cool. Can't wait to play it. Oh, we come to Animal Crossing. I, again, can't say too much. I have to make a whole video about this. This one, fortunately, I was able to kind of half watch the Treehouse presentation while I was working, and it looks good. It looks so good. My island prediction was totally right. I didn't get the name, but I was right about the island thing. It looks super good. Like I wasn't sure if I was gonna get into the next Animal Crossing. I needed it to be different enough, interesting enough. It is. I want it. You start from nothing and you can build. You can have a lawn, and you can put furniture outside, and you can collect materials and craft with them. Holy man, did they just like get into my head and think, what would Arlo want to do in a new Animal Crossing game? I'm pretty sure they did, because that's what this is, and I want it. I want it so bad. Oh my gosh. And then just like, they really just changed a lot, and I love it when they kind of reinvent it, kind of reconsider everything, even like the UI and everything about it, every little thing that we've just had for so many games. It's just so different. It really looks like obviously like the base gameplay, most of the way it looks and feels is the same, but just how you interact with it. It seems like they really rethought it. They went full Breath of the Wild on this Animal Crossing. And oh man, collecting materials that are everywhere. It's just such a stupid fun gameplay loop that I love, is collecting materials, because then you just, this constant feeling of reward, and then being able to craft stuff with it. Oh my gosh, I can't even go on. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm excited, and I can't wait to really dig into it in a whole video. So then they had this little sizzle reel, and I didn't know how many of these had been. Like, some of these I knew about, and then some I didn't, and I didn't know how many had been revealed, but I just hadn't seen them or something. But 3 stood out to me. Spyro Trilogy. Has it just been rumored for all this time, and we just assumed it was coming between all the Walmart website leaks and rumors and everything, and the rumor starts to get so strong, you're just kind of like, oh yeah, that's coming, right? I don't know. Was that them announcing it? Whatever. Looks pretty cool. Alien Isolation, I heard that was really good. That's on there, too. People seem to be happy about that. And then Super Lucky's Tale was surprising, because I thought that was a Microsoft IP. Maybe it's not. Maybe they just were the ones who were talking about it a bunch. But whatever, that looks cool. It's a platformer. It's a cute mascot platformer, and it looked pretty fun on the Xbox. And I believe firmly that the world needs more 3D platformers, and this one looks solid. Looks really just, polished and good. And that's one of the main problems with platformers usually, is the polish. So yeah, I'd like to play that. I really would. Then it happened. I didn't think it would happen. Everyone said it was going to happen, and that's why I didn't think it was going to happen. But they did it. Banjo Kazooie and Smash. This is the weirdest timeline, man. The weirdest. We got Cloud. There's just so many weird characters. We got like Pac-Man. It's amazing. It's Banjo and Smash. It's just amazing. This is just like, it's like a nearly 20-year thing in the making. There was once a time, especially when Rare got bought by Microsoft, seemed impossible. Seemed complete. It would never happen. Never in a million years. They're rivals. Not gonna happen. But just that's the world we live in right now. That's the relationship that Nintendo and Microsoft have. We didn't end up getting more than that. Between the Microsoft and Nintendo shows, we didn't get any other, we didn't get any Banjo game on Switch. Microsoft didn't reveal a Banjo port or remaster or sequel or anything like that. But we did get this, and it's just terrific. Like, you gotta know how terrific this is, especially if you're like me and you grew up playing Banjo Kazooie, like you were a kid, essentially, when you were first playing it. It's just great. It's so good. And the trailer, oh my gosh, that was excellent. That was just excellent. Like, I feel like there's a lot of different ways they could have taken it, and I would have never thought of, like, parodying the King K. Rool one, because it's the Rare thing. It's terrific. It's just terrific. I could gush about it all day. And then, it's actually really funny. I literally just took a call from my friend Dan, who was calling me because he just watched the Direct and calling me about the Zelda thing. And I should have put him on speakerphone, and that would have been funny, especially because I literally just finished talking about Banjo Kazooie, and now, so it's this total fake out. You open with a Smash reveal, you end with a Smash reveal. I was sure that was it. I was completely sure, and at that point, I'm like, you're gonna be hearing me in like the commentary. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty alright. Like, I'm sure if I liked No More Heroes, I'm happy that Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion look good, but you go into E3 looking for the reveals, the big surprises. Obviously, Banjo Kazooie, really, really good surprise. But then that extra special, magical kind of one more thing, the one that comes so rarely, but when it does, this is a video. This isn't just going to be a video. This is going to be a frame-by-frame video. like how with a Luigi's Mansion 3, the first one, I went like shot by shot. No. We're going frame by frame on this. We're game explaining this one. No words. I watched it, and then I like sat down, and I was like trying to get through like I'm like immediately trying to like edit my like reaction and all that stuff, and then I get to the Zelda part, and I just like had the same reaction again when I just like it just hit me all over again. I'm just like pounding the desk and jumping up and down. I can't even tell you the words that I have right now. I can't. We know they were working on a sequel. We knew it. Obviously, we don't know how far along it is. It is obvious that it's not going to be a super timely sequel like Majora's Mask was. The hope was like a 2 or 3 year, like 3 maybe. But obviously, like right now, it's already been almost 2.5 years since the game launched. And they weren't even able to give us a release window. They weren't even able to give us a year, which means it's probably not even 2020. I think they did that thing where usually they don't want to give you the year if it's 2 years away. I think I've said that before. So it's probably 2021. So of course that ends up being like 4 years. Hey, I'll take 4 years over 5. But if it's holiday, whatever. Doesn't matter. So it's not going to end up being like a super quick one. But that doesn't matter. That does not matter at all, because it is the nature of what my eyeballs just saw that is so amazing. The hope beyond hope that we knew would never happen was that, like Majora's Mask, the second one would be different, would be weird, would be, dare I say, dark and spooky, like Majora's Mask. That's not going to happen, though. That's not what they're going to do. This trailer plays like a horror movie, It's just, I can't even say that much. Again, we're going to go frame for frame later, but it's scary and weird, and I'm floored. I'm completely floored that is what the next Zelda game looks like. That's how they chose to deliver it to us. But you're just going to have to stay tuned for that one. My gosh, that's the kind of reveal that makes a Direct. Like the whole thing can be whatever. Whatever, doesn't even matter. You give us that at the end, you won. You win forever. If you could at the very least give us something like that, you win, man. You win E3 and the world and the year and games. If you win they win video games, basically. Oh my gosh, but I gotta stop somewhere. Thank you for joining me. I've got so many videos to make right now. I am feeling pretty stressed about it. I got a lot of videos to make, and I also have to write my next story for Nintendo Force, and I haven't done it yet, but I have all this work to do, and I'm pretty stressed about it. You stay tuned for more videos. I'm gonna try to pump these out as fast as I can, while still providing quality. I will not sacrifice the quality. I'll try not to, you know. You gotta strike a balance, you know. I'll try to make it, like, just quick enough to get out, but just crummy enough, you know. I gotta apply just enough crumminess to my videos. It's not how it works. Don't think I'm serious. I love you. See you later.